The reason why I felt Gareth Southgate was important for us today is because of these two pictures. I've said there, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you learn, even if it is 22 years after. Remember the picture we started with Gareth and the Colombian player who lost the penalty? This other picture is Gareth 22 years ago in 1996. He lost the penalty that should have propelled England to the next level of the World Cup. He lost it. For 22 years, he's been walking around with that pain, devastation, and guilt. He knows how it felt 22 years ago. A big majority of the British press say that he has redeemed himself from the failure and the loss of 22 years ago. I choose to see it differently. He has found the situation in his loss to transform and love 22 years later. Are you getting my point? 22 years ago, he admits in interviews, he almost felt like he could kill himself. He lost the one pen, the one. As I say this, you know that Colombian players are being waited for back at home. They even want to lynch them. They're on the hit list. They want to kill them. Look at how two countries manage loss. Look at how they manage defeat. Colombia, the drug lords and everybody are putting a name to their heads. When they weep a lot sometimes, it's because they know it's going to be hell. They don't know whether their families are. Look at, he doesn't know whether his family is fine, whether they're going to bomb his home, whether human nature is fickle. I show you this so that I teach you not to be Colombia, but to be Brits when you're facing defeat. So 22 years later, Gareth Southgate learned. We like saying that sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. You lose. I like continuing and saying sometimes you learn. When you don't get it, it doesn't mean you've lost it. It means you're learning. And you will learn, and again, next time you're going to make it even better and more impactful as a leader. So never stop at sometimes we lose. No. Sometimes you learn. Are we together? Yes. Even though England is going to take third place, in my view, the winner in this World Cup is Gareth Southgate. For me. Of course, tomorrow I hope that Africa wins. Like I said, but this is what my presentation should have been about. I thought this is what my presentation should be about. We've seen that, right? I know you have been trained and taught many things on transformational leadership. What I know for sure is that what ails us in our country, we claim to have leadership, but there is nothing transformational in this leadership we claim to have. It bothers me a lot. In the last elections, just like in the past and in the past and in the past elections, I looked at my TV from all angles, looking for inspiration as candidates spoke. I was stressed. I was searching for inspiration. I was waiting for somebody who will make me jump out of my skin and feel like, yes. And I couldn't find. And I feel it is a disaster in a country when you can't find inspiration and transformation. And I was pained. All I had was politicking that was so rubbish, so much rubbish. I wondered to myself whether these are the people we elect again and again. I was so desperate for a transformational campaign from a leader who could speak to your heart and tell you you're a good Kenyan. You're a young man, you're in Kenya, you're going to be okay. Kenyans are straightforward people, they're upright people. So once upon a time, we had such a leader in the continent. So they killed him at 34. Because he told his people, we will even change this name and give you another name that says this is the country of the upright people. But let me tell you something about a transformational leader. You are not a leader worth the title unless you look into the issues that are being talked about, unless you seek the significance of the words that are being spoken, unless you speak, you find the message behind the message that is being propelled. I was talking about the transformational leader who they had to kill at 34, who looked at his people and said, we are a country that is able. We are good men and women in this country. So first of all, we'll do away with the colonial name and get our own that calls us the upright people. And after we do away with that, we will work hard because we are able. He told the farmers, I know you can farm and feed this nation. I know you will do it right because you care for your people. He told the professionals, I know you went to school and learned things that can benefit this country. I know you can do it. But the fat cats at the top who wanted to amass it all didn't give him a chance, did they? We know who I'm talking about. So I tell myself that as transformational leaders, there has to be somebody amongst this group of 30. Are we 30 or 35? Who is able to look at the message within the message. And I'm not only talking about political leadership. I'm talking about leadership in whatever platforms or spheres you're in. And understand that the dignity of a person does not come in how many zeros they have on the pay slip. People pride themselves of having 3 commas on their pay slip. But the dignity of their leadership is empty. It doesn't come from driving the most sleek cars, living in the big mansions, having choppers, having farms and names to your name, it doesn't come in that when you actually reflect on your Christianity. All of it is called vanity. If there's any reason why I thought that the Owen is the guy, is when he sang Vanity. We all know it's vanity. Because we follow it, we amass it, and it's never enough. We all know it's vanity.